Good morning, students. I'm Mohana Ravi, your computer teacher. Today, we are going to learn first lesson from our book, Operating System. Operating System. What is operating system? It is shortly known as the platform of a computer. How the platform works for a train. Okay, a train cannot run without the platform. The same way, computer cannot run without this operating system. This operating system is much more important to run a computer. It is a base of a computer. Okay, now I'll explain you with some example. See, as we need energy to work as a car, as we need energy to work as a car need fuel to run. Similarly, the computer needs an operating system. As we need energy to work, as a car need fuel to run. Similarly, the computer needs an operating system to work. An operating system is a program which enables a computer to accept the commands to perform necessary action. Okay, it means how the same way operating system is important. I told you earlier itself the operating system is very important. To system only gives you access to receive the input from the user. The user is what and all the question is asking through keyboard, through mouse. The same, all everything will be transferred through operating system only to CPU. The operating system is this much important. Now you all would have understood how much it is important. Then how it is defined as a collection of program which controls the overall activities for the computer. An operating system defines a collection of program. It means what? If you see Windows, it is a pack, full pack. Like on the start, if you click on start button, it will show you all the programs. If you are selecting a particular program, under the program which operation you want to make, that under if you open that particular program, again it will guide you. You want to make a new, or you want to open the previous activity, everything. So it has the set, it is a framework. On this frame you can you can fit any activities, any of your activities. Like if you want to make a document, the computer has already fixed with a framework called Windows Microsoft Document. With a Microsoft Document, you need to just click on new and type in whatever, and you can take printout, or you want to see in your laptop, whatever can be done. So it has already prefixed frameworks. You have to just click and open, click and save. Just a click matters. Next. Now, in this picture, I want to make you understand about the input and output controlling operations. See, such as identifying the input from the keyboard, sending output to the monitor, keeping track and directions on the disk, and controlling peripherals devices such as hard disk, printers, pen drives, etc. Means how the CPU has the control on all other things. Okay, the computer has to observe first what and all the input is coming. It has to observe whether it belongs to numerical or it belongs to logical. How it has to observe. After observing, it will send this to control. The control unit will control whether it has to be taken as a printout, or to be the result should be shown to monitor. In earlier classes, we all would have learned about this in detail. The same way the picture also shows. This is power management means not the electricity, the control management only the picture depicts. Next, different types of operating system. What are all the types of operating systems we have now in present situation? We have DOS, MS-DOS. It is not it is not coming under GUI, graphical user interface. It just commanding oriented operating system where you need to type and ask questions. So the user has to know all the commands of MS-DOS. The MS-DOS is a different language. So if you know the commands only, then you can you can ask help from the computer. Next is window. Even a normal person who doesn't know any knowledge about computer, he also can operate this window because it has GUI, graphical user interface, all everything graphically present on the monitor. You need to just click on the particular icon or on the label, and immediately the required operation will begin. So Windows is that much easy operating system, widely used by everyone. 99% I believe, up to my knowledge, 99% of us are using Windows. Next, Linux. Linux is it has advanced features. This is only used for programming, like programmers. Computer programmers use this operating system. It has a lot of multitasking facilities with us, multi-users facilities also. In at a time, many people can use a system. Means server, there will be a server in a particular place and others will be using. It is like using many of people under one server. That is Linux. Next, classification of operating system. Operating systems are classified into different forms. They are single user, multi-user, multitasking operating system. I've already explained you about this multi-user operating system while explaining Linux. I told you about this multi-user operating system. Now we'll see detail. Single user operating system. Single user operating system. The operating system is designed such a way where a person can do one job at a time, which means in this operating system only one instruction or command can be executed at a time by the user. For example of this operating system is DOS. I told you DOS. In DOS, whatever you want, if you want to see some folder under one particular, there is a command called dir. If you type dir, it will show you what and all the folders and files are available in that particular device. So DOS is like this. Next, multi-user operating system. Under one server, many people are using these structure is used widely in the banks and other program developing institutions, where there and all they are using this kind of setups. In multi-user operating systems, a copy of operating system or an application program and peripherals can be shared among different terminals or users at the same time. This operating system stores more than one program in the memory and executes and executes. For this example, we can take Unix and Linux. It means each and every one under this structure. If a company has a server, each and every one under this company who employee, everyone can operate. Means their attendance and their in and out timings, everything would be recorded under one particular server. uh, there are many things uh, you can take it. இது மட்டும் cut பண்ணிக்கலாமா? Okay. In multi-user operating system, a copy of operating system or an application program and peripherals can be shared among different terminals or users at the same time. This operating system stores more than one program in the memory and executes to each. Example, Unix and Linux. I've already explained about this multi-user operating system. In this structure, the employees are sharing their document and other files with one other using this multi-user operating system. Next is multitasking operating system. Multitasking operating system, at a time the system can function, can run many programs. That is multitasking operating system. It performs different tasks at the same time. Multitasking operating system is more than one program loaded and executed by CPU at the same time. That is improving efficiency of the computer. Which is, if for example, if I am listening a music in my computer, at the same time I can type a letter to my friend too. Both I can use in at a time. So this is multitasking operating system. Next, for example, I gave you one example. This is the example given in your book. While listening to music from the computer, the user can take printout simultaneously in the multitasking. That is, he is listening music, at the same time he is taking printout also. The music also is going on, the song is also going on, printout also is coming out from the printer. Both are in at a time. It is the work is going. For this example, Windows 98 and Windows NT XP and all, right option, right operating system for this function to perform. Features of operating system. Many a time I explained you in this video that GUI, graphical user interface, but these para have taken from your book. I'll read this. Windows operating system was developed by Microsoft Corporation. It is a user-friendly operating system as all the commands are put into form of picture called icons. Hence, it is a graphical user interface. Suppose if I want to open I want to see all the files and folders which are there in my system. I have to click on the my computer. There will be an icon like a computer in the desktop. I have to go and click it. Immediately, window will show me all folders and files what and all I have in my system. So that easy it is. Just a click matters. Components of Windows. First component is desktop. Desktop is the first screen of the window. It is also called the home screen or main screen of the window. As soon as you switch on the computer, the very first screen appears is your desktop. Okay, the desktop is also called main screen and home screen also. Icons. Icons I just now explained. As I explained, icons are the diagrammatic representation, pictorial representation of the program. It is a shortcut option to open a program quickly from the desktop. You no need to go inside the files and folders to open. Just click on the icon which is there in the first screen itself. Okay, for example, when we double click on my computer icon, immediately the program window opens. We can also create icons. If I have created a file in Excel or Word, if I want to create icon for my particular file, yes, that is also possible here. That is what written here. We also can create icon for our document files created in Word, Excel, PowerPoint on the desktop for easy and quick access. Next is this taskbar. Taskbar. The taskbar is found at the bottom of the desktop. It displays the name of the program with which we are working. It means on which program we are in. That is shown. That can be shown here. It contains start button. That is window button. You can see here. This is the start button. Okay, contains start button. The left hand side and the system tray. This is the system tray. You can see here system tray on the right hand side. In the system tray, generally we can see date, time, and the audio device which is on and off, or battery, or everything we can see in the system tray. Next, how windows appear. Windows is a rectangular screen which consists of menu bar, title bar, standard button, address bar, work area, and status bar. One by one we will see. Menu bar consists of menu bar. In the above you can see the different windows have opened in one window. These are menu bar. Okay, you can see this is also menu only. File, edit, view, insert, format, slide, arrange, tools, add-on, help. These are also menu bar only. Then standard buttons you can see small icons like undo, redo, save, print are all. These are also standard buttons. Address bar will be there in the Excel sheet. Here address bar is here, docs.google.com/presentation. I've shown you, no, this is the this is the address bar. Then the work area, this is the work area where you can type whatever you want. Then the status bar in the bottom. In the previous slide also separately I explained about the status bar. Now you know what is where. Okay. Then menu bar appears on top of the window, and it contains file name and sizing buttons. Contains file names. I am running a untitled presentation now. In this presentation, the name is untitled presentation only, so that is why it is showing like this. The name itself untitled presentation. Then apart from the name of the file, you can see small icons to minimize and maximize, and X marks which to close my buttons. Okay. Oh, that's all for the class. In the first lesson, what and all the content I've told you, everything I've took all the contents from your textbook only. Because in this quarantine time we may not have book in our hand, so that's why I put all the textbook contents. I used only textbook contents. I have not used anything from the outside. All contents have taken from your textbook only. So go through the video again and again, so you will have the benefit of reading the lesson. That is why I've created this PPT in such a manner. Okay, so going through this video will give you benefit of reading your lesson. That's all for this class. We'll meet in next class. Thank you, kids. Bye.